Good evening and welcome to tonight's broadcast of the Total Nonstop Racing League live from Daytona. It's the weltsclothing.com doubleheader here at Daytona to start this season off strong. Good evening, everyone. My name is Bob. Joe will be joining me shortly. Tonight's race at Daytona, it's a doubleheader race, so two shorter races, both 40 laps each. This first race at the old version of Daytona, the 2008 version, it's going to be bumpy, it's going to be choppy, it's going to be pretty difficult for these cars to handle, especially going at top speed. So it's going to be interesting to see how these cars handle in the draft and how bump drafting works. This is the new, and I say new with quotation marks around them, new Gen 4 Cup car. So these Fords and Chevys have super speedway bodies and bodies for the rest of the racetracks, and they are going to be using them here tonight. Let's take a look here at some of the cars out on track at the moment. There is Philip Scott in the 99 black and blue Ford, getting a huge push there from the 32 of Shane Ewing. Going to be a big push coming here for these drivers. Don't forget, a 0x in qualifying, or 0x rather, under a qualifying lap is still going to negate your lap. So let's see what these guys go for across the line. Looks like Canizaro Jr. is fastest so far. More drivers getting their time in. Only 2.5 minutes left here in this qualifying session. So these drivers using a lot of pushing for tonight, just to try to see how the car is going to be handling. A couple of newcomers here in this pack. That's the number 37 of Joey Kirk. Kirk new to TNR. Anthony DeBarro there in the 27. DeBarro sliders machine. He's given a big push to the 19 of Rob Williams. Williams, another newcomer here to TNR this evening. That beautiful Coke C2 machine. Top of the board goes Shane Ewing with Philip Scott going P2. Ninja Phil, recently on not one but two episodes of American Ninja Warrior. But we'll dive into that a little bit later on here tonight as more cars are out on the track. That is the 04 of Matt Schlosser. Schlosser so far P8 in that old mother machine. Just behind him is the 60 of Ryan Cole. Over in the chat, Tyler Avery says, feels great to be back. Back to 3 cars for the Crazy Horse Racing contingent. We'll see what happens. Best of luck all. Let's hope to have a good one. That is for sure. Definitely hoping to have a good one here, as having a good lap is Cole and Schlosser. 47.46 for both of them. The fastest on the board, though, Shane Ewing, 46.9. Same with Philip Scott, as we ride on board with the 60 of Ryan Cole. Cohan out on the track right now. Let's take a look at the number 21 machine. Orange car, reminiscent of the old Kevin Harvick Reese's Peanut Butter Cup Busch Series scheme, as well as I think he ran in the Cup Series for a few races as well. There's Jamar Dumas in the 28, taking a peek to the outside of Jason Schue. Can't quite get anything going there. They got themselves a little bit of a train going here. Good pack here. There's the 95 of William Ratliff, as well as the 35 of Robert Tripp. Just behind him, there's DeBarro and company. As the clock hits 0, so no one else will be able to start a lap. Everyone will be coming across, finishing their lap. So across the line, let's see where Schue and company go. That's going to push a few of them up. That's the 19 of Williams. He'll go up to 4th. Trip to 6th. Oh, huge incident there. Everyone just piling in. DeBarro 7th. The Cannizzaro father-son duo drops down to 8th and 9th. So with that, looks like Shane Ewing should be our pole sitter, barring any other new laps to come through. As just like that, the clock will switch over, and we're going to be taking ourselves a quick look down the starting lineup for tonight's race, the first race of the 2025 B season. And on the pole for you tonight is going to be the 32 of Shane Ewing. Philip Scott comes in second, a dead heat, 46.909 for both of those drivers. Row number 2, we see Joey Kirk and Rob Williams, both newcomers here to the Total Nonstop Racing League. Cole Maxwell, another new one, in 5th, with Robert Tripp on his outside. Anthony DeBarro, John Cannizzaro Jr. make up row number 4. Row number 5, we have Cannizzaro Sr. and Ryan Cole. So great to see the 3 Crazy Horse Racing drivers all there, 8th, 9th, and 10th. Matt Schlosser and Jamar Dumas make up row number 6. Row number 7, we have Jensen Simpson all the way over from the UK and Jacob Bettis. Row number 8, we've got William Ratcliffe and Jason Schue. Nick Cohan, Chris Gabot in row number 9. Row number 10, we see Johnny Williams and Ace House. Garrett Gleason and Adam Stewart make up our 22-car field for this evening. And again, this is a 2-race evening, so points are going to be very important, very hard to come by. Top 15 all get more than 1 point. From 16th on back, doesn't matter where you finish, you're getting a point. Pole is also getting an extra, a bonus point. Leading a lap gets you a bonus point. So 4 additional ways to get a bonus point for this evening. And those ways, you start on the pole, you lead a lap. You lead the most laps, you get an additional bonus point. As now we're just trying to get some of these drivers to line up properly here on my overlay. But yeah, so if you lead a lap, you get a bonus point. You lead the most laps, you get a bonus point. Start on the pole, you get a bonus point. And if you have the fastest lap of the race, another bonus point. 25 points go to the winner. Second place gets 20 points. And it's 18, 16, and then you count down by 1 point from there until you get to 15th place. 15th on back will only get you 1 point each. So just like that, the pace car pulls off. Field under the command of the 32 of Shane Ewing. They're on the loud pedal, green flag in the air, and the 2025 B season is underway here at Daytona. Good start there by the front of the field. Not entirely sure why my standings are getting a little funky right now, but Shane Ewing is your leader, followed by the 99 of Philip Scott on the outside, and everyone just kind of trying to hold together. A couple of cars get a little squirrely in the back. That was the 25 of Chris Gabot. Gabot just kind of playing it easy here tonight. Early season, early race, early super speedway. It's going to be difficult, but a little bit further back, here's Philip Scott side by side with Shane Ewing coming across the line. Looks like Ewing's going to lead that lap. So side by side down the long back straightaway, you can see these cars trying very hard to just see if they can get something going here as the car bounces around quite a bit through the corners. Right on board here with the 99 of Philip Scott. Now I think we've gotten our lineup correct. Shane Ewing is officially the leader. On board now with Anthony DeBarro. Looks like one car got the wall. That might have been the 35 of Robert Tripp. Blue Crab in the chat cheering on Nick Cohan. Cohan currently sitting P7 in that orange machine. Through wide. Oh, trouble. The 19 goes for a ride. That's Rob Williams. He's going to go down to the inside wall. Yellow comes out. So our first yellow of the race here tonight for the weltsclothing.com doubleheader. Let me charge here. Looks like the 19 of Williams just got a little bit sideways. Let's take a quick look here at the issue. As, oh, what happened here to Nick Cohan as well? We'll take a quick look at this. So in addition here to the issue with the 19, let's stay here right now with the 21. So we see right there a little bit of contact with the 19. So the 19 goes sideways. They're still racing. Now the yellow comes out. And then, oh, just a bit of a tag between the 37, the 32, and the 21. That's interesting. Let's take another look at that. Because that was certainly interesting. Let's go on board here with the 37. So you got a huge run. Oh, yeah, he thought the 19 was going up. 19 kind of cut back down and just got picked up the back bumper a tiny bit. And then right there, the yellow comes out. And, yeah, just didn't really get slowed down in time. That is a fair point. Pulled the right to go left, which definitely does work. So back live. Philip Scott is our leader. A couple of drivers made their way down pit road. Philip Scott, the only one who did not. Which I think if I'm in Philip Scott's shoes, I kind of know, all right, you know, it's not too bad. Biggest mover of the race so far. There are two drivers. First one is this guy right here, the 25 of Chris Gabot. Started 18th up to 8th. And Adam Stewart, the Welts Clothing Machine. Make sure you check them out, weltsclothing.com. Great looking paint scheme there for that number 4 car. He started shotgun on the field, 22nd. He's up to 12th. Oh, tough break for Ace House. Says his spotter never told him his pit box. So now he's got a 3-minute tow back to the track. Tough, tough break there for that number 47 machine. Shane Ewing getting some damage fixed. Garrett Gleason down on pit road. That great-looking Robbie Gordon scheme. Now with these new bodies, we're going to see some great Robbie Gordon paints coming from this number 7 car. Meanwhile, up at the front, the lights on the pace car are off. Field making their way down the back straightaway. Cody in the chat rooting on Ace. Tough break there for Ace. Missed his pit box. So he's got a bit of a tow back, but I mean, anything can be possible. Plus, don't forget this is a double header race. So 40 laps here, and then we're going to do 40 laps at the current version of Daytona. So although not ideal, not the worst scenario we could have. If you're just joining us, welcome into the Tabletop Trio Podcast Network. I am Bob, broadcasting tonight's Total Nonstop Racing League. If you want to get notified when TNR goes live, it'll be right around 8:15 each and every Monday evening. Just like that, the pace car pulls off. Green flag in the air. We're back racing. Philip Scott, Anthony DeBarro. Scott gets the jump. He's going to slide up in front of that number 27. Now the top 5 cars all nose to tail with Matt Schlosser bringing up the rear behind the 60 of Ryan Cole. John Cannizzaro Jr. tossed in the mix there as well. Robert Tripp there. Then we're side by side between the 37 of Kirk and the 25 of Chris Gabot. And even further back still, Nick Cohan leads the charge of a double-wide fight. As now we're side by side. Ratliff down on the bottom. Nick Cohan up on top. Two distinct groups of cars right now. As Cohan is going to lead this charge in front of the 55 of Cannizzaro Sr. Jason Schue trying the top side with Jacob Bettis behind him. Not quite going to work as Schue drops down to the bottom. That's going to kind of leave the 6 out up high and dry. Though he's got Shane Ewing, who's got a bit of a rocket ship. He did qualify on pole, but he got some damage there in that wreck. So we'll see. Meanwhile, up front, they're starting to fight. Coming up on the start of lap 10. Oh, trouble! The 95 of William Ratcliffe goes around. Hard impact. The 19 involved as well. Shane Ewing does make it out. But William Ratcliffe likely going to be done. That's the 43 of Johnny Williams in there as well. Great to see Johnny out on track, but sad to see the car in a little bit of a damaged state. Let's take a look here at the replay of what happened. Only caught that in just a bit of a glimpse. Let's take a look. So here's the 95 of Ratcliffe. Everything looking pretty fine and dandy so far. The 43 tags the wall. That doesn't really affect too much. They got a little squirrely right there. And, oh, tough hit. Just a tough break there for all involved. Johnny Williams, innocent bystander. But something happened there to the 19. Let's take a look here at the 19, what happens to him. A little bit of a check up there. That just caused them all to bounce weird. And, oh, right there, just Schue. Nowhere for him to go. And then the 43 of Johnny Williams. Hood up. Not able to see much, and sounded like a hung throttle there as well. So, a bit of a tough break there. But as we head back to racing, we'll see, is anyone going to make their way down pit road? And joining us now in the booth is Joe. Joe, welcome in.
It's sorry I'm a little late. First one's always a doozy.
Hey, you know, it's all good, especially with little one in the house and all that.
Yeah, he was not excited to let me go.
You know, that is understandable. Now the field makes their way down onto pit road. Some damage there for the 95 after that huge wreck. The 19 also pulling in, but 3 wide coming off of pit road. I don't know who got that. Let's take a look here at the field coming off of pit road, because I don't know who got that win.
Yeah, I couldn't quite put my finger on it.
Let's take a look here. So the field makes their way down. Take a look at that yellow line with green cones at the bottom of your screen. So DeBarro gets a great drive out of his box right there. DeBarro, I think, had it. Philip Scott might have fallen back to 3rd. Which, granted, we would find out pretty much immediately anyway as the field gets down on to, gets back behind the pace car.
Yeah, but the speculation.
That is true. That's what's most important there. As we see a ton of cars here at the front. Cannizzaro Jr. stayed out. Ryan Cole stays out. Nick Cohan. Cannizzaro Sr. These cars towards the back of the pack. They did pit back on lap 4 during the first yellow. Bettis is there. Ace House should be getting his lap back. At least potentially.
And we've got a new season, new cars. How we doing here? How are these cars versus our last gen?
These cars are the actual version of the car that is going to be that we would have seen in 2003, 2004. So it's the actual horsepower, actual bodies actually scanned. So it's
the whole meat and potatoes.
Oh yes. He's right on board here now with the 27 of Anthony DeBarro. As we can hear him, he's just trying to save as much fuel as he can. You hear him clutching in. That's what a lot of these drivers are going to be doing.
How are these guys on fuel?
So as of now, I would assume they're going to be okay on fuel. We're running 60% fuel tonight for a 40-lap race. This is the second yellow of the night, so they should be okay.
I mean, how do these cars handle fuel? Are they guzzlers? How often are you needing to pit in this race?
Well, for this one, on a full tank, they can usually run Talladega and do about 40 laps on fuel. Mm-hmm. So with it cut down, they can probably figure if they're doing 40 on 20, or if they're doing 40 laps on a full, 60% is probably about 25, give or take. So, well, they may not be able to make it. So that'll be interesting here.
You know, again, maybe a new season, but our tabletop trio math is definitely still here.
Again, I went to school to talk into a microphone and not to add 2 + 2. We're back underway. Cannizzaro Cohan, top of the board. Cohan there on the 21 machine. He's going to get a little bit of an advantage here. Though I will say, very strange to see the 77 of John Cannizzaro with a bow tie in the front. He's usually out of the Mopar or no car category. Though I'm sure when they do eventually scan the Dodge for Gen 4, that is what Crazy Horse will be swapping over to. Dizzy drivers down low, getting a good battle on with each other. Huge push there coming from DeBarro. That's going to easily push Cohan in the lead. But the Crazy Horse teammates up top, all 3 Crazy Horse drivers, 1, 2, 3 on the top side. They're going to try to do something about that, but Dizzy getting out there strong, adding Philip Scott into the mix. Philip just a couple of weeks ago appeared on an episode of American Ninja Warrior. Had himself a fantastic run, so make sure you check that out as well.
Looking to do a repeat tonight.
Let's hope. On board now with the 21 and Nick Cohan, looking back at his Dizzy Motorsports teammate. You can just see how much these cars move around on this track. This is the 2008 version. Big push coming. You can see all the details of the engine right there.
Gotta blur that next time.
POV, you're about to get booped.
Need a pixelate button. Enough to see that, everybody.
You really get to see what's going on under the hood. Now the Dizzy drivers all take the top spot and the top side of the racetrack. Crazy Horse down low. They're going to join up with Philip Scott. Dizzy 1, 2, 3 on the top with Chris Cabot added into the mix. A little bit further back, you see the 32 of Shane Ewing. He's getting a little bit of help there from the 19. Ewing got into a little bit of an incident there at the just after the first yellow. 37 didn't slow down as quick as the 32 was expecting. 32 caught a little bit sideways up into the outside wall. Also sent Nick Cohan sliding through the grass, but Cohan certainly the least amount of damage here. As here comes Joey Kirk to the inside. Kirk getting a big push there from Matt Schlosser down low. It's certainly going to be interesting to see how these drivers manage the air and bump drafting, and with just how bouncy and rough this track is. Oh, trouble! Jacob Bettis, Matt Schlosser sideways. Schlosser's going to go for the infield. Somehow Schlosser hangs. Oh, still getting airborne. Oh!
Oh, no!
Don't think there's a lot the 04 could have done there, but wow.
Yeah. He almost had that covered, or recovered.
Let's take a look here at this one. As we'll ride on board with the 04 as he went for a ride.
And a half.
So he gets a good push there to the 37. 6 makes contact with him. He's sideways through the infield. And he's trying to hold on to it. That bump right there just sends him, and he's trying to get it slowed up, and tough break there. And the huge wreck up ahead as well.
I was going to say, I just see smoke up ahead.
I am intrigued to see what that was. But before we do that, I do want to jump on board with the 32 of Shane Ewing just to see what his view of this incident was. Here's Ewing. He's just hanging out with the 19 towards the back, has no real idea what's going on. Now he sees the car maybe to the inside. And then, not anymore, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So while all that was going on, something else happened here with the 60. Oh, the 6 and the 11 came together. How did that one happen? All right, this is going to be an interesting one. So we just see the 04 go sliding. No caution, so everyone's still, all is well. So these drivers here is 3 wide. 11 caught the wall. A couple of guys bounce together. All 55 gets tagged.
Yeah, that number 6 just got a little... Those bumps on the road really... They take you for a ride sometimes.
They absolutely do. So a tough break there for, well, half the field, but a great battle, or a great break there for this guy. That's the 4 of Adam Stewart, up 21 spots from last to first right now.
Small bump.
Yeah, just a little tiny bit.
A little something, something.
As it may be preseason, or maybe the regular season, but some preseason jitters here as well for our overlay, which apparently has decided that doesn't feel like working right now.
That's the spirit. Never let him know your next move.
So the overlay on my side has started working. Scott Zero at the track in the chat says, Welt sponsored event, Welt livery benefits from a crash. Coincidence? We shall certainly see here as we're coming down to 20 to go.
We're going to start. This iRacing league is now like the NFL. It's all scripted. They're catching on. We have to ban him before he sees more.
Quick, someone call the Kansas City Chiefs. In the chat, Will Ratcliffe says, 10 minutes left to repair, then I got him, boys. That's the spirit. Never give up, never surrender.
That's right. It ain't over until, everyone else finishes.
And then it's over.
And then it's over. But the good news is that this is a doubleheader.
Yes, so plenty of time to make up on bad races.
Usually one's the crazy one, and then one's the normal one. So
yes.
We'll see if that, holds true.
Yeah, and so far this has been the crazy race.
Right.
So green flag is out. A great start there for the 4 of Adam Stewart. He's going to jump ahead. And we're 3 wide now for second. DeBarro on top. We've got Cohan there. The 19 starting to fall back. That's Rob Williams. As we're trying to get the overlay back up and running here for the broadcast, but so far it's not exactly working for us. Cohan up to the top spot. Adam Stewart trying to block. He's going to side draft with the 25. Not able to get it blocked off yet. 19 to go. Gabo to the lead. He's got a huge push there from Cohan. Now Stewart getting a big push from the 60 jump ship. He's going to go to the top side. Stewart trying to. Trying to get the leaderboard fixed.
We'll try the old turn it off and turn it back on.
That is certainly what I'm trying to get done right now. For whatever reason, it does not like me at the moment, so we're going to get this fixed. Right now up front, though. Dizzy at the top. Here comes the 19 taking a look, making a charge down low. Jamar Dumas there as well, giving a big push. Here comes Jacob Bettis as well. Cohan all over the back bumper of Chris Gabo. Big push coming here from Dumas down low, all over the back bumper of Williams. Now we're riding on board with the 28.
Are so good out here. See, everyone's bumper to bumper up in the front four.
Drivers all over the place.
Yeah, this track is really unforgiving on their suspension. Oh, as we say that, DeBarro gets a little screwy.
As looks like we've gotten the leaderboard back up on the stream, and now my own side, the leaderboard has gone away. So we've traded, apparently.
Ah. You win some, you lose some, Bob.
Big push here from Cohan. Now the 19 of Williams trying to get back into it. Now here comes Williams to the top spot. Big push side by side, 14 laps to go. Here comes Cohan to the top. Cohan trying to stick with his teammate. He couldn't as Gabo goes down to block the 19. Cohan getting a big push from DeBarro and Kirk on the top side.
Dumas really bumping up Williams.
And now Williams all over the back bumper of the 25.
Cohan's livery kind of looks like they were supposed to be sponsored by Reese's, but like pulled out last second.
You know, I had made that mention before you joined, how that car looks exactly like Kevin Harvick's Reese's paint scheme without the Reese's sponsorship.
Yeah, it's like he did something and they pulled out, but like, you know, it was halfway done, so we just sent it.
Almost like he crashed in practice, had to go to the backup car, and they haven't fully wrapped the backup. But Cohan with the lead. Oh, trouble to borrow. Big wreck. Upside down and around.
And so many people in the grass.
There goes the field. Ace House gets into it.
Yeah. I mean,
not a whole lot of damage, though. Wow. Well, let's...
I don't even know where to start on that one. Good luck.
Let's see what happened there. So here's the initial replay here. Take a look at the 27. You got a little squirrely there. You got some help from the 37. 60 came across, caught the 6. Philip Scott, major front end damage there. Ace House slides through the grass. Another car through the grass. Tough break. Let's take another look here, this time from the onboard of the 99 of Philip Scott. I just kind of think we're going to get jump scared here by a couple of cars.
Yep.
So let's take here. So he sees the smoke and, nowhere for him to go.
You can see him slam on the brake, but there's a wall in another car, so what do you do?
Yeah, now he's just trying to see how the car is, if it's okay. You may be all right. So we're back to live action here. A ton of cars damaged heading down pit road.
Yeah, you see some smoke in the pits.
In the chat, Blue Crab says, Cohan, if you're reading this, I got chase music playing that at least adds an extra 10 miles an hour for your top speed. Fortunately for the back cars, they're a little bit far from the crash, that's for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, this is a doozy for the season opener. This track is very unforgiving, and these guys are getting real close to each other.
Yeah, and luckily, though, for us and for these drivers, that whenever there's a doubleheader, one race is pure, utter chaos. The other is usually fairly calm and a bit of a walk in the park.
Yeah. But it's always subject to change.
Yes. This is also, again, the first race of the season.
You gotta get the first race season jitters out. You had to, like, you know, blow the dust off their steering wheel and, you know, wash their racing pants.
Hopefully they wear the brown pants just in case.
Well, if you're Scott, you would hope so.
Yeah. As we're still trying to use, at least the overlay for the broadcast is up and running.
That I can confirm.
So working our fourth caution of the evening. We'll be going back green with 9 laps remaining.
Well, at
Dizzy
least they didn't have to
Motorsports.
worry about fuel.
That is true. These yellows have come at the perfect timing for these guys. Nick Cohan, Chris Cabot, Dizzy Motorsports drivers, they're out on the front row. Jamar Dumas and Ryan Cole, row number 2. Row number 3, we see Robert Tripp and Jensen Simpson. Simpson, a newcomer here to TNR. Matt Schlosser, Jason Schue in row 4. Rob Williams with Garrett Gleason, row number 5. There's DeBarro.
Garrett out there for more than 10 laps.
And not only that, running well here in the top 10.
Yeah.
Having himself a sneaky quiet day.
Looks like Cannizzaro Senior's been practicing this off season.
Yeah, Senior right now currently in 15th, but a clean looking race car there.
He was up in the front for a while there until was it the second caution or the third caution?
Yeah. Meanwhile, up front, Cohan, Gabot getting ready to lead the field back to racing. 9 laps remaining.
Tyler Avery in the chat. All right, how bad could this go? Well, you don't say it, Tyler.
Well, let's see. One of his Crazy Horse drivers currently second place on the top side. That's the 60 of Ryan Cole. Big gap back down to the 11 of Simpson. So not a whole lot of help there on the top side. It's just 60 pushing the 21 with the 25 of Chris Cabot down low looking on. He's got Jamar Dumas behind him. Dumas is going to link up with him. Thought about going around, decides not to. Now he's pushing. Big push now coming from the 11. Simpson trying to get to the back bumper of the 60. Couldn't quite get to it. And now the 25 and 28 are linked up into turn 3. One push there from Dumas. He's going to shove the 25 to the lead. Dumas hoping for something from Tripp behind him to push him clear of the 21. He's not. Now 8 to go. Some big bumps there on the track as now the intensity starts to ramp up. 2 by 2 by 2, all the way down, all through 13th and 14th. As Cohan gets a big shot from the 60, that puts him a little squirrely. That's going to let the inside line go ahead. Gabot is cleared, but I think he'd rather maintain the front and bounce between lines than link up right now with his teammate at this point. Through the tri-oval they go. 7 laps remain. Dumas all over the back bumper of Gabot. Schue catches the wall, but he'll keep it going in the right direction.
What up?
3 wide in the middle as DeBarro tries to force the issue. He does. Here comes DeBarro. Is he going to have enough time to get up towards the front? He's got Cole in front of him, who's pushing the 21 of Cohan. Dumas and the 25 are clear. If I'm Dumas, am I trying to make a run? Or do I just try to push the 25 as far out as I can, back up and try to get a push from someone else? Shoving, pushing, 6 to go as they go down the back straightaway.
60 gets right on the bumper of 21 to try to make the push.
But is he going to have enough? 35 of Robert Tripp is there. He is clear of the 21. Does someone... Yeah, now does someone jump up in front of the 21? Or are they content with just kind of maintaining the bottom?
I would assume...
Or does something else happen as the 6 got a little squirrely? He caught the 4 of Adam Stewart. They keep it straight. 5 to go.
Oh, and the top line has caught up to the bottom.
That they have, but the bottom line is going to try something about it. Side by side, third turns 3 and 4. Towards the tri-oval, 4 laps to go at the line. Still anyone's option here. Cohan leads that lap. Big push coming from the 60 of Cole. That opens it up for the bottom side. Here comes Gabot with Dumas. Dizzy Motorsports leading the way, both lines.
Big pushes.
They are getting rough. Oh. They are getting wiggly. And now here comes the 60. Oh, trouble. No. Dumas gets tagged. They're sideways. No yellow. We stay green. More side drafting now between the 60 and the 21. 3 to go at the line. Cole leads that one. Dizzy teammates down low have linked back up. Cole, the lone crazy horse driver, out front. Now DeBarro goes down low. He's going to line up with the rest of his teammates. Dizzy Train goes down low. 3 to go. Blue Crab cheering on Nick Cohan. Field spread out just a little bit because of that incident.
Yeah.
Top 8 are all together. Top 3 have separated. Those are all Dizzy drivers.
Yeah, if I'm that pack of 5, are you going to line up? Are you going to try to make a push with these guys?
They're going to have to. 2 laps remaining here in race number 1 at Daytona. The WeltsClothing.com doubleheader. That second pack not really making a whole lot of movement.
Yeah, not with 2 to go.
White flag coming. There is a third group, but they're not close enough. 3.8 seconds back from the leaders is Dumas, who's in 9th. DeBarro goes to block. He'll get hooked. Trouble for DeBarro. They're going to stay green, race it back to the line. 21, or the 11 rather, gets a hit from the 04. Here comes Schlosser. Big push from Cole. Is it going to be enough? Cohan goes up to block. Big run coming. Side by side. Coming to the line. Who's going to get it?
Great block by Gabot.
Huge block. Coming to the line. Nick Cohan is going to win race number 1.
What a finish.
What a race. What a fight.
Wow, I thought it was just going to be the Dizzy guys 1, 2, 3, but nope. Chaos to the very end.
So Nick Cohan gets the win over Chris Gabeau and Ryan Cole. Margin of victory, 0.06 seconds. And a third, 0.07. Wow. What a finish. Nick Cohan is going to burn it down here on the front stretch.
Crazy finish.
So we'll see what happened there. And Joe, I believe you've caught up with our third place finisher, the 60 of Ryan Cole.
Hey Ryan, congrats on the podium finish. How are you feeling after bringing home P3 at Daytona at the season opener?
Well, I think it's just more about survival in that race, especially at bumpy Daytona. There were multiple times during that race where I thought, I'm going to wreck, I'm going to get wrecked, somebody's going to T-bone me. I actually did get wrecked in that caution with around lap 30 or something. So, a little beaten and scraped up, but you know what? I think I'll take a third place after that.
Absolutely. It was a crazy race. How are you feeling on those last couple laps? Were you thinking you were going to get third, or what was going on in your mind?
Well, it looked like the Dizzy Motorsports guys were all working together, and I kind of got left out to dry on the top lane. So coming to the white flag, I was thinking I was going to get 5th or 6th, and then some chaos happened. I got a good run, and I wish I had some help, because I think I would have been able to maybe push it up to the battle for the win. But yeah, with the way these Gen 4 cars run, you gotta take the runs that you get at the end of the race, and took the run that was there, and I'll take a P3 today.
Absolutely. Well, you got another shot at victory in the next race coming up. So good luck, and hopefully we'll be talking to you again.
Absolutely. I hope to talk to you guys soon.
All right, that is the 60 of Ryan Cole. Now joining us here for our second place finisher is driver of the number 25 machine, Chris Gabeau. And, well, Chris, congrats there on the P2 finish. Talk us through that pretty wild last 8 or so laps for that, final run to the checkers.
Yeah, that was wild. It was pretty much just survival. Luckily, had a couple teammates up there with DeBarro and Cohan to, kind of work together with. And, yeah, that was nuts, to be honest.
And did you think when you saw the 28 get into have his incident there, he was giving you one heck of a push. When you saw him wreck there towards the end of the race, did you kind of have that thought oh boy, all right, now let's see what we have to do here?
Yeah, definitely. I lost my help there. And then again, when the 27 got spun out behind me, it was really just, committing to my teammate there, making sure that at least one of us got the win.
Definitely. And, taking a look now, first race down to the doubleheader. What do you think you're looking to change, if anything, to try to get one spot higher up on that podium?
Maybe be a little more aggressive. But honestly, just keep doing what we're doing. I think we've got a pretty good super speedway program here at Dizzy Motorsports, and I think we can pull it off in the second race too.
Awesome. Well, Chris, we'll get you back with your teammates there. Congrats on P2, and let's see if you can do one better here for race number 2.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
All right, that's Chris Gabeau, our second place finisher. And Joe, you're down in victory lane with driver of the 21 machine, Nick Cohan.
Hey, Nick, congratulations on the win at Daytona. What's going through your head right now after that very chaotic victory?
Oh man, just real excited for this team. We barely made it to the race here. We had no sponsorship. It was real tough to get this ride put together. Last minute deal. Just couldn't grab a sponsor in time. But it's just I feel real good for the team. All my teammates at Disney Motorsports are really it's really awesome, and it's cool to see fans like Blue Crab there in the comments cheering us on. So it's a big deal. So hopefully we get a sponsor for next week's race.
Hopefully, indeed. Was this the type of race you were aiming for as the season opener, or were you hoping maybe to be a little bit more relaxed on the first one?
Yeah, honestly, I wasn't really sure because I haven't really ran a super speedway race in this car. Just bought the car before the race, so I've never really driven it. So I really had no idea what to expect. Been doing sim racing for a long time, and I started back when these cars were, these were like the main car at the time. So I remember how they drive, but it still drives a little different with iRacing. I mean, that's 20 years of sim racing technology now. So it was a little interesting, and it was very bouncy. I feel like I knocked a couple cavities out. It was really fun. Just wasn't sure what to expect. I think everybody did a decent job. There was a little too aggressive pushing, which caused a couple wrecks tonight. But hopefully for the second race we can put on a little better show for all 40 laps, not just the last couple like this one.
Absolutely. Well, congratulations again. We'll be hopefully talking to you guys at Dizzy or you in the next race coming up. But for now, we'll let you get set back up and all that good stuff.
Yeah, we're holding off the beer because we got another race to run. So hopefully we win this second one. There'll be lots of beer flowing here in Victory Lane.
Hear, hear.
All right, that's Nick Cohan, our winner here for tonight's race. And Joe, let's take a look here at the final results for tonight's first race of the WeltsClothing.com doubleheader. The winner here for tonight is the number 21 of Nick Cohan, with Chris Gabot in second. Ryan Cole comes home third. Matt Schlosser with a good run. He comes home P4, with Rob Williams finishing in fifth. Jensen Simpson, another newcomer, comes home sixth, with Ace House in seventh. House was a few laps down after missing his pit stop, had a 3-minute tow, but Ace House comes home and finishes in seventh. Eighth place, John Canizar Jr. Jamar Dumas comes home ninth, and Adam Stewart in the WeltsClothing.com machine will come home in 10th. Garrett Gleason with a great run. He'll come home in 11th. Jacob Bettis 12th. John Canizaro Sr. 13th, with Robert Tripp 14th. Jason Schue 15th. Anthony DeBarro comes home 16th. And Philip Scott rounds up our field in 17th. Joey Kirk is going to finish 18th. William Ratcliffe in 19th. Shane Ewing in 20th. In 21st is Johnny Williams, and Cole Maxwell will round out our 22-car field. We're going to step aside, take a quick break, but when we come back, we'll have race number 2. So don't go anywhere. You're listening to the Total Nonstop Racing League here on the Tabletop Trio Podcast Network. Good evening and welcome back to tonight's broadcast of the Total Nonstop Racing League, live from Daytona International Speedway. It's race number 2 of the weltsclothing.com doubleheader here at Daytona. Joining me in the booth, as always, is Joe. I'm Bob, and we are here night racing at Daytona as we see a couple of drivers making their way across the start-finish line. Nick Cohan, the first to go. As we'll get these drivers up here on the board. DeBarro fastest so far with Jason Schue in second. 2.5 minutes so far. Left to run. DeBarro here fastest. 32 is Shane Ewing. Probably my favorite looking paint scheme on the track so far. The Shane sunscreen machine. No sunscreen needed here tonight as the sun is set. But a great looking metallic sheen on that car under the lights.
Yeah.
And you can see here the major difference between this current, the actual Gen 4 car. You can see right there, the front bumper on these super speedway bodies is actually raised up more and almost kind of looks like a chin instead of a nose for the car. And that's there to line up with the back bumper of the car. This way you can actually do some bump drafting and not get underneath the car and lift it off lift it off the ground and spin the car out.
Huh.
So we saw a lot more pushing in the last race because of it. But, sometimes you can kind of send that little bit of a false sense of hope because, with how rounded the sides of the cars are, you're still going to get underneath the bumper just a little bit, as we see a great shot there of what the bump drafting is going to look like from the three of Jason Schue.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong. This track that we are racing currently at night has also been refinished and is significantly less bumpy.
Yes, the bumps have been removed. I think it was repaved back in, I want to say 2011, 2012, something like that. So it is far less bumpy. Still a couple of bumps here and there, but ultimately incredibly smooth. Consider difference between the 08 and the current version.
So the drivers have that going for them.
Yes, a lot easier to hang on to these cars in the corners as opposed to dealing with the craziness of the bumps through the corners.
Yeah, though it is that thing where you get into the mindset of like, all right, I was just racing Daytona. It was super bumpy. I got to hold on. I got to account for all these bumps and really hold the wheel and make those micro adjustments. And now it's, okay, we're right back into Daytona. Oh, wait, that's not the track anymore.
Yeah. And you almost, it almost kind of hurts you because of that, because you're sitting there, you're thinking, okay, cool. I have the muscle memory down. I know I need to twitch here, kind of anticipate the bump here. And now you're smooth and you're just now all over the racetrack.
Right. So that'll be interesting to see if that ends up happening or causing any issues out there.
For sure. As now the rest of the field makes their way through. Ace House with the pole. Adam Stewart with a great lap. He's going to start P2.
Fantastic.
As now it looks like there's just a couple more drivers out, and now everyone else now has finally finished up. And we'll see what's happening here for the second race. 21 cars have signed up for tonight. Ace House on the pole. Let's take a look here at the starting lineup for tonight's race. With Ace House on the pole, we have Adam Stewart in second with the WeltsClothing.com machine. Row number 2, Dizzy Motorsports, Nick Cohan and Shane Ewing. Row number 3, we've got Jamar Dumas and Johnny Williams with a great lap. He'll start off 6th. Anthony DeBarro and Jason Schue make up row number 4. Row number 5, we see Philip Scott and Matt Schlosser. And row number 6 has Rob Williams and Jacob Bettis. Row number 7, we have John Cannizzaro Jr. and Nick Simpson. Row number 8, we've got William Ratcliffe and John Cannizzaro Jr. Mitchell Adams, great to see Mitchell back out on the racetrack. Missed race number 1, but he's in here for race number 2. And Chris Cabot in row number 9. Row number 10, we see Ryan Cole and Garrett Gleason with Robert Tripp rounding out the field in 21st position.
Yeah, I'm glad to see Ace up in the front. Maybe this will be his season. Maybe this is, he had so much trouble last season, just wrong place, wrong time, getting into wrecks left and right. Now he's up in the front. It's great to see it.
That is for sure. In the chat, Nick Cohan says, big shout out to Blue Crab for our one fan in the stands tonight. He says, send yourself a self-addressed stamped envelope to our shop and we'll send you some stickers. Nick, we might have a couple of stickers we want to send you, so we'll shoot you a message after this one. We know a guy. Field making their way down the back straightaway. You can see the differences between the 08 version and the current version. Not only are the safer barriers all around, but the Daytona Super Stretch backstretch stands are now billboards.
I just got so confused because in my iRacing, a plane landed behind the track as it was going.
Yeah, Daytona International Airport is right along the backstretch there, too.
Yeah, apparently. I was like, there's a plane in the game now?
There is an iconic shot of one of the presidents, I forget who it was visiting the Daytona 500, and you could see the field coming off the back straightaway as Air Force One is taking off. And it's just a ridiculous-looking shot.
That's awesome.
But the field getting ready to come to the green. Pace car pulls off. Field in the hands of the 47 of Ace House. Green flag in the air. We're racing again here at Daytona. Great jump there by House. He's going to jump off in front of the 4 of Adam Stewart. And now the 4 and the 47 are going to race together as Robert Tripp starts from the pits. He's going to be driving off the track there. And a little bit of a bump there for Dumas. Dumas is going to have to go up top. One car in the wall. That's the 43 of Johnny Williams. As, a big move there. Looked like Cannizzaro Jr. had to get around his father. He's going to make a pass below the yellow as the 6 now drags the wall. Temps coming up to tires coming up to temp. Air pressure's coming up. But Death Taxes and Nick Cohan to the lead here at Daytona. The only things for certain.
Yeah. Who's taking high, who's taking low?
Couple of cars getting a little squirrely there down the back straightaway. But Cohan still leading. Ace House getting a good push there from the 4 of Adam Stewart. So far, everyone minding their P's and Q's, at least for the moment. It's going to be interesting to see how long the 21 and the 47 decide to stay out front. The lead car will always burn far more fuel than anyone else here in the pack. And with these guys being able to go probably 25 or so laps if you're full throttle on fuel, I mean, you definitely are going to have to make one green flag pit stop here. 3 wide, a little bit further back. Yeah, assuming for no yellows. 19's going to slide up in front of Dumas. Jamar falls back.
Looks like
That
people
inside,
are preferring the bottom line.
Yeah, I was going to say that inside line certainly a little more preferred. But the outside line, 3 Dizzy Motorsports drivers there on the top.
Hey, someone's got to do it.
Ewing all over the back bumper of Cohan. DeBarro there as well. Here comes Ace House with a good push here from the 4. Can he have enough momentum to lead this lap? Philip Scott takes a peek down low. He's trying to get to the back bumper of the 4. Cohan leads it. These cars are going.
Yeah, they're cooking.
Right now, Ace House 193 miles an hour. $187 for Nick Cohan, who's your leader. Johnny Williams heads down pit road.
Interesting. Wonder if he's going to be doing like the reverse.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure. He did catch the wall a couple of times there. So I'm not entirely sure what the plan is there.
Maybe hopefully he can fix a little bit of damage real quick. And stint.
Meanwhile, here out front, Cohan and company leading the way.
That was only a 15-second pit. That's good for House. House, he was able to drop back, and now he's using significantly less gas.
Yeah, and you can hear here, too, even the 4 of Adam Stewart, just he's lifting off ever so slightly. He'll get back to full throttle here, but once he gets back to the back bumper, you hear him lift off again. Just doing the right amount of fuel save. a big push all over the back bumper of the 47. Over in the chat, Lil Lobotomy cheering on the 11 machine of Nick Simpson.
Fantastic.
Really do like that name. That is fantastic.
Great name.
Shane Ewing back to the top spot. And Shane Ewing or Nick Cohan says, "All right, never mind. I got this."
Yeah, actually, I didn't like it up there.
Pass. Next. Cohan drops back up in front of the 32. Here comes Adam Stewart pushing Ace House towards the front.
Cohan decides, you know what, I'm just going to ride the middle.
Best of both worlds.
I'm going to follow the track seam.
Yeah, wherever that dark line goes, that's where my car is.
Exactly. Honestly, kind of looks like he's a slot car right now.
Oh! Ace House goes for a ride.
Can he recover? Is that a bump? So far, so good. Great recovery.
Wow, he's able to save it, but oh man.
Yeah, is he going to fall behind?
He's definitely, but let's take a look at that. What happened there to the 47? Just looked like a bit of a bad push there, possibly. And whoa, big save. I don't know how he kept it out of the wall.
Yeah, couldn't be me.
Little Lobotomy says that's one expensive lawnmower. That's for sure.
Right. And
I know
one
this is
very
the
angry maintenance crew.
Yeah, I know. This is the Schue's Lawn Care Grand National Series, but let's leave the lawn mowing to the professional.
Sometimes you got to get plugged in.
Speaking of, tonight is the weltsclothing.com doubleheader here at Daytona. Check them out, weltsclothing.com, and they have got such a cool lineup of just about any sort of clothing you could need. It's all right there. And they stand for strength through adversity, the ability to keep going when any rational person would quit. You keep struggling until it pays off. That's Welts Clothing, and it's really, really great folks that run Welts. So make sure you check them out, weltsclothing.com. Nick Cohan leading the field 13 laps into this one. This one's clicking down pretty quickly, which of course is the kiss of death in a race.
Yeah.
The minute you acknowledge its existence is when it goes away.
I mean, I'm gonna say it. Canonzaro Senior in front of Junior.
It could be an interesting one here. Junior trying to push Senior ahead. I gotta say, those Crazy Horse racing cars are very, very clean looking.
Yeah. Maybe that's all Canonzaro Senior needed this whole time, was just new look. Who dis?
Yeah, just need a new car, new look.
This is it.
Proper amount of horsepower with the proper wheelbase. And a car that just puts on some pretty decent racing. This season is going to be a ton of fun. I cannot wait just to see where some of these other races are going to take us.
Yeah, I'm excited. The TNR is always a fantastic league. I'm sure guys who have been watching in the chat would venture to say, and for the first-time viewers here, welcome. This league is pretty great, and you're in for some great racing watching these guys.
That is for sure. And, you know, this season is going to be a ton of fun. Doubleheader here tonight at Daytona. This is race number 2. Next week, they're heading off to Rockingham Speedway. High bank, fast 1 mile track. And then the 2 mile layout at Auto Club Speedway. And then wrapping up August, we're going to head over to Atlanta Motor Speedway, the 2008 version. So very bumpy. Oh, trouble! Looked like the 60 of Cole had gotten into it with the 04 of Matt Schlosser. So that'll push Ryan Cole a little bit further back than he wants to. Let's take another quick look at that one. Not entirely sure what had happened there. And no, that wasn't Cole. 25 of Gabot is right there. Little push there from DeBarro and Schlosser, and then Cole just had nowhere for him to go.
Yeah, I'm sure Ace House was hoping that would have spun someone around to get a yellow to line these guys back up. But
yeah, because look at that gap between House, who's just coming across the tri-oval now, almost half a lap behind.
yeah, as he says in the chat, ZZZZZ.
We're certainly going to be, you know, hoping for a good, you know, a good yellow that no one gets taken out of, but maybe a car just sideways on the track and everyone's okay.
Yeah.
Just to get everyone back into it.
I'm sure Williams is hoping that he does not want to go 2 laps down.
No, he definitely wants to be the lucky dog here and get himself back on the lead lap. And Joe, don't look now. The Cannizzaro train is rolling. They're coming into the station. Senior getting pushed by Junior. Adam Stewart
nice
there helping
lineup
as
there.
well. Jensen Simpson in the chat saying this is some clean racing. That is for sure. It always kind of comes down to a race like this here in TNR, where if there's a double header, there's usually one that gets a little weird, little wild, little crazy. And then the second one is just, all right, we got that out of our systems. Now let's race.
Yeah. Race 1, bumper cars. Race 2, normal cars.
Racing cars. Little Lobotomy says, holy moly, guacamole, this is intense. That's for sure. Plus, don't forget, there's their pit stops coming soon. Potentially.
Yeah, time.
You know, the 25 laps that I've said is admittedly a number that I've half pulled out of the air. But
remember,
if we're running, because if we're running 60% fuel.
Oh God, he's doing Steiner math.
Yeah, well, yeah, let's see here. We're running 60% fuel. And you could do about 40 laps or so on a full tank in this thing at Talladega. Talladega a little bit longer by about a tenth of a mile than Daytona, but still figure maybe 25, 30 laps, somewhere in that ballpark will be our green flag pit stops. Or right now.
You were close.
You know, we take those as Cohan and the 32 as Shane Ewing make their way down pit road. Anthony DeBarro, Chris Cabot, Philip Scott also. So Dizzy plus Scott make their way down on the pit road. And this right here is going to be interesting to see where they come out compared to the leaders. Only enough fuel to get them to the end of the race. No tires. Cohan leads them off, and now here is... Let's see, is anyone else from this group coming down pit road? No.
Interesting.
So now we'll see the 21 in company. They may actually, they're going to be catching the 47 of Ace House. The detriment, though, is House is going to still need to pit. So if I'm House, I'm sitting here and I'm saying, all right, guys, someone want a wreck coming on pit road? That'd be pretty nice.
Right. Not me, though, but like somebody else, maybe?
And here comes that House down onto pit road. So this might actually help him out in the long run.
Yeah, if he could catch the pack at the right time. I know, because everyone's going to pit.
We'll see, as here comes the field. So he's going to be able to race with the leaders when they come down. Granted, he'll be on the tail end of the lead lap, but the 77 gets squirrely onto pit road. Everyone else, oh man, a mad rush into their pit box. Couple of seconds. Oh, the 19 took tires by mistake.
Oof.
So everyone else is going to be down and away. Senior, the 19, both took tires. Now everyone racing. Now here comes where, this is where the interesting fight is going to be. These drivers here, the Dizzy team, have already pit. So all of these spots are for position. Let's see where they link up, because the 04 is leading the field off of pit road down the back straightaway. And I don't think it's going to be close. Dizzy Motorsports says, all right, hey guys, bye guys.
Yeah.
Dizzy to the top.
Good to see you. Bye.
Cannizzaro Jr. pushing Schlosser, trying to catch them all up. Field has mostly broken apart. But the biggest winner out of all of this is this guy right here, Ace House. House has not gone a lap down. He is going to be caught by the leaders, but if he's able to stay within those top 5 cars, I mean, if there's a yellow, he's certainly got that chance to get back up on the lead lap.
100%. 17 to go. That's plenty of race. Not that I'm trying to, like, throw a broadcaster's curse out there. Just saying.
As we hear the 32 lifting and just trying to keep himself off the back bumper of the 25. If you're the second car in line, you can push. Third on back, not a good idea. See things getting a little squirrely there for the 3. Getting pushed by the 60 and the 4. Cole trying his best to try to get the 3 going. Meanwhile, out front here, Ace House in a good position. First car 1 lap down. Tabarro to the back bumper of Cohan. He's going to give him a good little shot. Johnny Williams down on the apron. Going to pulling his car down onto pit road.
Yep. don't forget, Scott is up with that group and is not part of Dizzy.
Yeah, so I'm wondering too if he's kind of sitting there to Ace House being like, hey, you want to go play spoiler? You want to go poop on their party?
No, guys, I'm totally just one of you guys, right? Woo, Dizzy, woo.
Hello, fellow Dizzy drivers.
Exactly.
I mean, after all, he is a ninja. He's able to sneak in and do whatever he needs.
Indeed, he does have a new paint scheme. It's pretty awesome.
He was just recently on a couple of episodes this past season of American Ninja Warrior. Very, very cool to see.
Yeah, still wild. Like, I want to know if he has any other talents that we should be aware of, you know?
I mean, he's one hell of a sim racer and a ninja. And a ninja coach at the same time.
See, like, anything else? Does he play the spoons?
Little Lobotomy says Nick Cohan must be pretty determined. He's holding on to that lead really well, and he's impressed. That is for sure. They're all teammates there, but as we say that, the 27, looks like the 27 might have been overheating a little bit. So he kind of stuck his nose out just a hair. RC Plane says, I don't know if he does anymore, but Philip can play the guitar pretty well. Just add another, just another one. The man can do it all, in fact.
Right.
Oh, and graphic design too, yes. Ninja Phil Designs, you can check him out there.
All right, of course.
So 11 laps remaining. It's all Dizzy at the front.
Here we have was it 5 little pockets?
Yeah, right now you can see there's the 21 in company leading the field. Matt Schlosser with another pack of 5 here in 6 from 6 to 10. And we see Jamar Dumas there from 11th to 14th.
Yeah, really the only hope we have, or yeah, anybody has really, is if that third pack merges with the second pack, we'll have enough cars to really speed up. But you know, the Dizzy guys are really running a clinic at the moment.
Yeah, they really are. And this third pack here is Gleason, the 11 of Nick Simpson, and the 55 of Canizaro Sr. There is Rob Williams all by himself. Meanwhile, up front, DeBarro trying to push the 21 ahead. And I think these guys are all just content to say, all right, you know what? Let's just hang out. Let's chill for another probably, 7, 8 laps? And then get to it. But it's all because they came down and pit 2 laps before everyone else.
Yeah, which I still... Yeah, I'm sure one of these days when I'm like 75, I'll understand NASCAR pitting and how that makes sense. But as of right now, that still ain't it.
You know, I understand enough to be like, yes, that's going to work. I could never tell you why. I could just say, well, yeah, of course that's going to work. Little Lobotomy asking, is Dale Earnhardt the GOAT? I think he is one of the best to ever do it. That is for sure. Earnhardt absolutely was. I mean, they always, they said he could see the air, especially at these drafting tracks like that. I mean, he got his last win in the fall of 2000. Starting the last lap, he was 16th. Or the last couple of laps, he came from 16th to 1st and won the race at Talladega that year. I mean, just incredible.
I mean, he's one of those people that transcended NASCAR. It was just a household name.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, the Intimidator, he was, great guy off the track. One hell of a competitor on the track. Certainly missed in the NASCAR world, that is for sure. So the top 5 drivers all pulling away. Here comes Schlosser and company. Last time by, Cohan did a 46.3. Schlosser did a 46.6. So the front pack's still pulling away ever so slightly. Granted, there's 6 cars versus 5.
Yeah.
And that weaving right there probably not going to help out too much.
So the question is Scott going to make a push, or is he content?
I personally think if he has the move and if he has the ability to do so, I absolutely think that he's going to make a move. Oh, trouble! Caution out on the speedway.
I looked over and I just used Schue without a bumper.
And Joe, this changes everything.
Yeah, throw away my notes, I know.
Yeah, go ahead and delete that ChatGPT message that you had going there.
My notepad. You just start there.
So let's see what happened there for the 3 of Jason Schue. Here he is coming out of turn 4. He's all over the back bumper of Cannizzaro. Cole trying to go high. The 3 just a little bit of a bad block, and there goes that number 3. I'm sure Ace House is incredibly happy at this moment.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure everyone in the top 5.
Not so much.
There were some words you can't say on TV, I'm sure. So 4 laps to go. We're likely going to get overtime here.
Mm-hmm.
Folks, buckle up. This is going to be a wild run to the finish.
Yeah, this is, well, this will be fun.
I am highly doubting anyone is going to make their way down pit road. Just because at least anyone in the front, I'd say if you're maybe 10th on back, you go.
And now, I notice House is still sitting same spot. Is he going to get the wave ahead for the lucky dog, or?
He should get the lucky dog as long as he did not have any incident points immediately prior to the yellow coming out. So if he got a 0x from pushing, or, maybe scrape the wall or something along those lines. And yes, he does get the wave around. There he goes. So we'll move Ace House back up to the point, and he's going to head on down to pit road. Little Lobotomy says, I have a commentator question. What do you think of my friends Major Misdemeanor, Dangerous Dan, Timmy Tough Knuckles, and Billy Big Guy? Love it. Blue Crab says, make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel. Definitely.
Yeah, don't forget to like the video. It always helps for these guys.
Definitely, yeah. Make sure you like it, you share it. Every Monday night. Broadcasting live right around 8:15-ish Eastern here on the Tabletop Trio Podcast Network. Coming up this fall, the podcast will be coming back soon.
Mm-hmm.
That'll be Wednesday evenings. Where Joe, myself, and our third co-host, Graham, hence the Tabletop Trio, get on and talk about hobbies, anything people enjoy. Gonna have Saucetoberfest coming soon to the channel. Going to Hot Sauce Festival up in, I believe, the Flemington area of New Jersey. Northern Central Jersey.
It's a place, we swear.
It does exist. Not going through that one. We're not having a New Jersey fight on this broadcast, Joe. So 3 laps remaining. We'll get 2 to go here. We'll have the green-white checkered. You see the field scroll across the top of your screen here.
So I'm noticing something that is going to be very interesting, and that is that Scott and Ken and Zara are going to be starting with each other.
This could be interesting, and I think if I'm Dizzy right now, yeah, they've locked out the top 4 spots. But like
Right.
you said, the wild child, John Cannizzaro Jr., is going to make this thing interesting. Same with Philip Scott on his inside. If they're able to link up,
Yep, and you got
they
Slosser
can
right
make this
behind him.
pretty wild. Yeah, Schlosser there involved too.
He's having a great race. He's speedy, so he's able to give a good push. Cole has been in the fight all night, so you got a good group of cars right there. So it's gonna be interesting.
That is for sure. And I think right now the benefit is for these 4. They're all in the same chat room here in our TNR Discord. So Kohan is the one who's going to be controlling the start. He's going to say, all right, rolling and now. And the rest of the field is just going to have to, rely on when he fires off and the green flag coming out, which is right now. They're on the loud pedal. A great start there from the 21. 2 laps remaining here at Daytona. Gleason catches the wall, but he's going to stick with it. Let's see, can the field do anything to get around this dizzy blockade?
Well, Scott's trying.
Philip Scott all over the back bumper of the 25 of Chris Cabot. Oh, big slide sideways. They're still trying to wreck trouble. Everyone involved. Philip Scott sideways, and we've got a yellow.
Well, that changes everything.
Everything else gets changed. Let's take a look here to see what happened. Here is the 99. The 27 got a push from the 32. Backwards goes the 99.
And then someone was behind that. I don't know where that.
Yeah, let's take another look here. Let's see if we can get a better camera view. '95 of Will Ratcliffe somehow got some help around. Oh, right there from the 6.
Oh, there it was.
And Oh,
Mm. Yeah, it
bit of
looked like it
damage
hit
on that right
on
front.
wheel. Yeah.
You might have some wheel damage there.
It looks like he's driving somewhat straight.
So we're going to re-rack and do this all over again. But of course, it's another dizzy lockout in the top 4.
Yeah. And unfortunately for the 5 to 9, they lost Scott. So I guess for Dizzy, that's a good thing.
Yeah. Don't forget, tonight's cameras are provided by our friends at Track Cams for Gourmets. You can catch them online on all the different social media platforms and trackcams22.com. If you want to get these cameras for yourself, we do have an affiliate link in the description down below. They've got track cams for everything: oval racing, road racing, dirt racing, rallycross. It's all there with a whole bunch of different packages that you can pick and choose from, and they do some great work.
I believe we have Canizaro Senior now waved around.
Yeah, so Senior is going to get the lucky dog, so we'll put him back up to 18th. Now it's just Johnny Williams, the only car one lap down.
And we'll have 3 to go, so.
So you're saying there's a chance?
We could all finish on the lead lap, is all I'm saying.
Couple of Chevys, couple of Fords.
Good blend.
Which, granted, there's always a couple of both when there's 2 different manufacturers out on the track, but you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. You never know. It could have just been a whole, Chevy Discord,
That is true. Kind of like how the previous iteration of this car was only a 2007 Chevy. R.I.P. Chevy Impala.
There's like you and 8 other people who think that.
One of the saddest days is when Chevy announced they were no longer making the Impala. I've had 2 of them.
Yeah, all 9 people cried in the streets.
Hey, it used to be a muscle car.
I think it ended with the same horsepower that a Miata has.
Listen. Doesn't matter if the Miata is a much more fun car to drive. You can claw my boring Chevy Impala out of my cold, dead hands. So this time, Nick Cohan opts to take the top row for the restart. He'll have DeBarro pushing him, with Ryan Cole sneaking up. He's been having a sneaky, quiet race so far.
Yeah. Oh, look at that. Between you and Flashfire Official, there's like 40% of Impala owners in this YouTube channel.
See? I have to agree with Lullabotomy. Miata oval racing is just incredible.
Especially when you put voiceovers as they turn the corners, you go wee.
I watched a little bit of the IMSA race for the Miatas, the Spec Miata series at Martinsville, and it was incredible. And then I watched a couple of YouTubers MX500 race in iRacing for Miatas at Martinsville, and it was the exact opposite. Blue Crab says we need Camry oval racing. Yes.
Like the NASCAR Camry or like just legit Camrys?
I'm going to assume just legit Camrys. But we'll see here. Pace car pulls off. We're getting ourselves ready to go back green. Cohan and another even restart this time, as I think Gabo's going to have a better jump, as he's got the 32 of Shane Ewing all over his back bumper.
And Zara make that jump for it right out of the gate.
Ryan Cole trying the top side, trying to make it 3 wide. He can't. And Mitchell Adams making a move towards the back, but look who's coming. He's in 9th right now, but Ace House on the hunt.
Man, what a comeback that would be.
Gabo and Cohan, dead heat teammates, 1, 2, 3, and 4. The Cohan crew on their feet coming to the final lap. White flag in the air. Who's going to have it here? Chris Gabo. Trouble in the back. We're going to keep it here with the front. Six of Jacob Bettis got tagged. A couple of cars come together. Cohan still leads. DeBarro takes a peek to the inside. He's there. Is the 60 going to push? Here comes Cole. DeBarro out of turn number 4. Coming to the checker flag. Who's going to get it? They touch. More contact. Coming across the line. Photo finish. Cohan.
Whoa. You're wild.
Wow.
Another one of those finishes where the camera sees the 3 in the front and then the whole field of wreckage behind it.
Wow, what a finish. Let's take a look at how close that one was. Coming to the line. Let's see what it looked like there. That is the finish. Nick Cohan gets it done as the field crashes across the line.
Does DeBarro, he finished sideways.
DeBarro finishes sideways in second.
Was it the front or the back of the car that touched? I need to know.
Let's see.
Because front.
The front. That is the gap. 0.03 seconds.
I want a jump scare.
Wow. What
He gonna get you.
a finish.
And look who snuck into third.
John Cannizzaro Jr., he's going to finish in third as the 21 burns it down. Wow.
What a wild finish.
So we're going to try to grab our drivers. Because, wow, what a finish. And what a way to kick off the 2025 B season. And Joe, I believe you've caught up with our third place finisher, driver of the number 77 machine, John Cannizzaro Jr.
Hey, John. First of all, howdy. Second of all, congrats on the podium finish. I usually ask racers if they have plans going into this, but I know your usual answer is what plan. But did you have any plan going into this race?
When you're racing on, a setup for the first time completely, you can't talk to anybody except for the person sitting next to you, which just so happens to be my father, who me and him don't really see eye to eye on super speedway racing. And The only way I can talk to Ryan, our other teammate, is through Senior's microphone. There really is no plan besides we're pitting on this lap and don't miss pit road. So both of those races, I didn't have really good luck. Just I won't talk about the first race because obviously I didn't earn the interview for that one, but just kind of rode in the back all race. Senior ended up missing pit road on our swing down there only by a couple miles an hour. And just without that caution, I don't think it would have been completely useless for us to have even been out there. I mean, those Disney guys were so far ahead that it was a joke. So I know they're a little bit upset about that caution. I personally think it's a little bit of a gray area when race control has to, be on the racetrack and try to help the drivers at the same time. It's not fair. One guy gets wrecked and there's, he's just kind of forced to be wrecked. There's no help for him with a caution or anything. So I feel bad for him. That's not really the way I'd want to lose a race or have some of your guys lose a race because of something like that. But I'll take it. I tried to push Ryan to the win, and he decided he didn't want to go with me, so I kept my foot to the floorboard and just went around the outside of everybody and squeezed a third out. So it's better than most of my super speedway finishes. And then I, had to hijack my father's Discord because I don't have a microphone. So at least his account has an interview now. It's not him.
Well, for a little while there, he was in front of you. We were talking on the broadcast. It looks like, has he been doing more practicing this off season?
He's had a little bit more free time from work, and he's sitting over here on the couch if if he wants to yell in the background or anything. But I don't think I'm gonna run TNR full time this year. I kind of every in between seasons I'll come and go a little bit. I have another league I have to start running again too, as well as I've got a couple things coming up this month that I'm gonna do. So I might not be here all the time, and just kind of focusing on trying to get Senior some results and maybe a win on a super speedway if we can. He had fun today. First time in his life that he's had 2 Daytona races and his car wasn't destroyed. He got to lead a lap. He had fun. So it's always about fun and trying to get him this beloved interview he wants.
Absolutely. And I'm sure you got some shout outs.
Yeah, I gotta thank Tyler Avery for our cars this year. I might not be using as many cars as I did last year, but they always look great. Senior's car looks great. You guys put on the broadcast. You guys are always fun and add some entertainment to it, horsing around, like with me and Senior, him being in front of me. You guys, add that little flair that we need sometimes, maybe in a boring race. Garrett, he puts on the league and everybody, and, everybody in the field, everybody races with respect and class, and, they give room when they have to, and even when things do happen, they try to talk it out the best they can.
Absolutely. Well, congrats again, and hopefully we'll be talking to you the next race you're here.
I plan on being at Rockingham, and I plan on winning. Later, guys.
Sounds good. All
right, that's John Cannizzaro Jr., our third place finisher here at Daytona. And, we'll, excuse me, we are going to join now our second place finisher, driver of the number 27 machine, Anthony DeBarro. And Anthony, congrats on the P2 finish. Definitely a much better second race than the first race as far as outcome is concerned. Talk us through that final restart there as you and the Dizzy guys kind of just controlled everything there for the majority of the race.
Yeah, it was just melee. I mean, we had that phantom caution. I don't know what really was for. I mean, it was a fun flag maybe, but I think we nailed the strategy. We had we were going to finish all of our cars in the top 5, I think, towards the end there. But unfortunate, Shane and Chris got taken up in that the last lap melee. But it was cool to battle Nick there to the line. I made that move into 3, and it's just kind of we just said that as long as someone wins the race from this team is kind of what we all just said to each other, not to wreck all 4 cars. So we ended up getting Nick sweeping both races, pretty cool. And congrats to him. He ran a solid night tonight, and I'm glad we got points in the second one because I got on that first race got taken out because I was a little aggressive with the blocking, so I probably deserved that.
Yeah, and it was quite an interesting race here with this car, brand new car for the 2025 B season. A couple of differences, obviously wheelbase and a little bit of a horsepower difference, nose difference, and that sort of thing. But can you feel much of a difference between the previous Gen 4 and the the quote unquote real life Gen 4?
I mean, the drafting, yeah. Like we kind of, like I said, like we were talking about it, is like it seems like, what I remember watching on TV is kind of what I felt like I was driving, especially at the old Daytona. The new one's it's not so fun, but um, the bumps and that was really fun. I think if we had longer runs, I think you would have had handling in the play there. But I'm excited to see what they drive like. I just bought it, so I mean, this is the first time I actually turned a lap on. I took a little break from the sim, so we'll see. We'll see how it goes, and at Rockingham, I mean, it'd be cool if we get all the lanes working and see what happens there. So it's gonna be very interesting.
That is for sure. And Anthony, before we let you go, I'm sure you have some shout outs, so let's hear them.
Yeah, thank you guys for sticking with us, especially after that first race. We had a lot of yellows. That second one was probably a better show to talk about. Not only talk about crashes the whole time, but Garrett for what he does and being a driving admin is and all the stuff behind the scenes. Thank him for putting this on, because it's just one of my favorite leagues to run.
Awesome. Well, Anthony, congrats again on the second place finish, and hoping to talk to you next week after Rockingham.
Yeah, thank you guys.
All right, that's Anthony Tabarro, our second place finisher here for tonight. And Joe, you've caught up with our winner, driver of the number 21 machine, Nick Cohan.
Hey, Nick. Congrats on the win again, sweeping the first two races of the season. How you feeling?
Oh man, super excited. The team is jovial, to say the least. It's a hell of a team win. Really nailed that pit strategy, and probably this team's been around since I think 2012 or something like that, and I think that was our best team pit stop at a super speedway ever. So that's really cool, because really put us in good position there to able to try to kind of control the race. So it was really cool, man. It's tough being out here with an unsponsored car. I mean, my hood's as blank as our bank account here at Disney Motorsports. So hopefully we can get a sponsorship here. Now with 2 wins, I mean, we better.
Right. I noticed you guys pitted a few laps before everyone else. Was that all according to plan, or was that just a happy accident that no one came down with you?
We were trying to. I actually wanted to pit a few laps earlier, and the guys convinced me, let's stay a little bit longer for the green white checkers, and which we did, and I looked down and we were really good on fuel, so they were right on the green white checker though, because I ran out of fuel doing burnouts. So they really were right, but it was planned. Just tried to. Typically, that's not a strategy that we do, but since we were all running really good together and felt pretty confident, we tried to do something a little different and try and catch everybody off guard pitting early like that, and it really seemed to work out. So I'm proud of everybody.
Absolutely. And during those final restarts, what was your mindset kind of going into those?
A little frustrated for the first 2 laps at caution. Just did not want to see that yellow. And you know how these races go. The last couple laps, green white checkered, so you never know what's going to happen. And we damn near lost it there at the end. So that's why I was a little frustrated, just because it would have been really disappointing to have such a honestly, I hate to say perfectly executed, but we really as a team did a really good job getting ourselves into position, and it really would have been a shame to not have at least one of us win that. I said, before during that caution, as long as one of us had won that, I didn't care if I finished 5th out of that. I just wanted to make sure one of us won with that strategy. So I was a little frustrated, but then when we got the 2 to go, 1 to go, I kind of cooled down and just kind of, stuck to the plan, and it worked out. It was a little scary that last lap when everything started breaking apart. I was a little nervous coming through 3 and 4 there, but yeah, it worked out. So.
Absolutely. And I'm sure you got some shout outs for us.
Yeah, like I said, just thanks everybody on Disney Motorsports. This is the best team. They're all my best friends. I love racing with them. Thanks to TNR for putting on this league. Garrett especially, he's been doing this a long time. Really, really appreciate it. Really appreciate this broadcast. I love going back and watching it. Big shout out to Blue Crab here in the chat, man. Biggest fan. Tell him to come down in Victory Lane. We got a couple beers for him. And if there's any sponsors watching, obviously we have more open space than a Walmart parking lot at 3 a.m. So give us a shout.
Awesome. Well, congratulations again, and hopefully we'll be chatting with you next week.
All right, man. Appreciate it. Thanks, you.
All right, that's Nick Cohan, our winner here tonight at Daytona. And wow, Joe, what a finish, what a race, and just a great way to finish off, or to start off rather, 2025B.
Yeah, really, just two back-to-back, just fantastic race finishes. You couldn't ask for much more, right?
That is for sure. So let's take a look here at the final results for tonight's race. Nick Cohan gets the win. Anthony DeBarro comes home in second for a dizzy double at the front. John Canizaro Jr. comes home third with Ryan Cole in fourth. A couple of drivers for Crazy Horse Racing. And Jamar Dumas comes home in fifth. Ace House has a fantastic recovery after spinning. He's able to make his way back up to sixth. Garrett Gleason with a great run in seventh, with Matt Schlosser in eighth, Rob Williams in ninth, and Adam Stewart, the WeltsClothing.com machine, he'll come home in 10th. Philip Scott 11th, Shane Ewing in 12th, Nick Simpson in 13th, Mitchell Adams in 14th, Chris Cabot 15th, Jacob Bettis in 16th, with William Ratcliffe 17th, John Canizaro Sr. in 18th, Jason Schue in 19th, and Johnny Williams rounding out our 20-car field. What a fantastic run. Great race. Great set of races, rather, to really kick off this 2025B season. And Joe, next week we take it to Rockingham, 1 mile high bank, high speed racetrack. With these cars, it is going to be an absolute blast. So hopefully you join us there for that. As always, make sure you like tonight's video, subscribe to the channel. This way you'll know exactly when we go live each and every Monday evening. And until next time, thank you so much for watching. I'm Bob.
I'm Joe.
And this has been the WeltsClothing.com Daytona Doubleheader to start off the season for the Total Nonstop Racing League. Have a great night. We'll talk to you next week.